You never watched Avatar: The Last Airbender?
No, I never watched it.
He's such an asshole.
Because you just think like they don't give a fuck.
They don't
like,
care. Look at them. They make me cry. I just have to go home and sit in this.
Yeah, it's not even that he forgets. He just don't.
He just doesn't.
Yeah. You ever heard of moon water?
Yes.
Love you guys.
Testing. Okay.
Testing.
We're good.
Testing.
All right. Episode 8, 2 months in.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy to think about.
It's crazy because, okay, so Dre's podcast, episode I posted a week ago from yesterday, but it felt so much longer ago.
Dre's felt like a long time ago.
Right. Because it's like, obviously it's actually 2 weeks ago because we recorded 2 weeks ago. But yeah, 2 months in. That's wild. And it's really nice and quiet.
I love it.
Just us two today.
Oh, yeah. Nice and relaxing. Kick back.
2 episodes in a row with guests.
People were surprised, like, because maybe a handful of people asked me, like, oh, are there any guests this week? And I'm like, no. I don't know if I said that at the end of the last one, but people asked, and I'm like, no guests. So then they were laughing, like, Chris specifically, he was, like, dying laughing when he noticed, because he watched on YouTube for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I was dying laughing when I saw you had guests.
That's so
He's
funny.
Like, you lied to me and shit, whatever.
It was funny because when we went, so we had left here, and we went to Dre's last weekend for the pizza party, and when we were here, I asked Robert and Liz who is their Disney character or whatever, like what Disney character are they? And then Josie asked me that question at Dre's.
No
She's
way.
like, because we told Beta she reminds us of Tinkerbell, and she's like, yeah, I was thinking like who's everyone else? And I'm like, that's so weird because I just asked them that. And she was like, oh, were they on the podcast? And I was like, no, I asked them in the car. But 100% she knew that I was lying.
Oh, man.
Because she could just tell, but I was like, whatever. And then I felt bad. I'm like, damn, I had to lie to her. And then I was obviously lying. Sorry, Josie, but I had to do what I had to do for the pod. Fact check from last week. I just confirmed that DJ Khaled's album is named God Did. Okay. And that song that Jay-Z's on is called God Did, and it's crazy because there's so many people on that song. It's Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, and John Legend are all on that song.
And Beyonce.
Is Beyonce too?
It says Beyonce on there. Yeah, that's crazy. So we should look that up.
Yeah.
If you want to look that up real quick.
I'll look it up right now.
But I was driving. Who was I with? I was with somebody in the car, and they're like, oh, what the fuck? They're like, oh, Beyonce's on this song too. But when listening to it, you wouldn't know John Legend and Beyonce are in it. Yeah,
I had no clue, and I just thought it was crazy that how is there a song with all those people and we have no idea? Then that's what I was saying. Like
Rick
I can't
Ross,
find it
Lil
really.
Wayne and Jay-Z, just from
listening
to the song, you know it's them. That's completely
But I'm just
obvious.
shocked it's not like. I don't know if it's because I'm not listening to the radio enough, or maybe I don't follow the right people. But
it's not like on your radar. Flashing, like new song alert. Like I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I'm like, we grew up with those people. How do we not know?
Yeah, hottest new song out. You're saying like what?
Yeah, it's just shocking. It's just weird. There was one point in our life where if Jay-Z drops an album, we all know, or if he's on a song, we all know. Lil Wayne, right. same thing,
That's why I felt weird with that Drake song. I'm like, I heard it and I'm like, oh shit, let me send it to the group. Yeah. Because I'm thinking it's like maybe came out yesterday or something, And then I saw Nicolette and she's like, that song came out like 3 weeks ago. And I was like, oh shit, I was like, I just sent it to the group thinking, I'm like, no one even replied to it. I'm like, they probably are like, oh, this guy's sending a month-old song.
Old as hell.
But no, half you guys didn't even hear it.
I didn't hear it.
It's fucking Drake and Lil Baby. Like, Lil Baby is...
I don't
know. Like he's up there for me on my new artist. Yeah.
But they're just not rappers how they were rappers before, because I was listening to that song today just because I was fact checking it anyway, and I listened to it and I'm like, you can actually hear what they're saying and like what it's about, and the whole song, it's like God did, and right before Jay-Z went, it's like Hove did, and I was like, oh my God, just like those small little things that are so like goosebumps, like those type of I feel like I don't get that from rap anymore.
And I like the chorus on that too.
Yeah. It's like slower, right? It's like a slower vibe.
I haven't listened to it today, so I can't really think about it. It's like still like fresh.
You can't give us a cover.
It's still like a newer song to me, so it's hard for me to remember everything. But But anyways, I like the chorus on that.
But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because there's some legends in that song, so give it a listen. And again, we're sponsored by DJ Khaled. Okay, so then...
God did.
So Robert mentioned Simon, TED Talker, and I didn't know who that was. Shout out Mikkel. He actually fact-checked this for me.
I was thinking who that was, too, when I listened back.
His name is Simon Sinek, I guess. Robert used him in an analogy. He has a famous TED Talk called How Great Leaders Inspire Action. And his big thing is like find your why. So he's just a public speaker. He's an author. Okay. He has like 5 big books. So if you're trying to grow,
I never heard of him.
Me either.
I need to see what he looks like because maybe I just don't know his name.
Yeah, his face is a little bit more familiar, but even so, I wasn't like, oh, I know this guy type of thing. So maybe Robert.
I thought for sure he got the name wrong. I swear to God, when I listened back, I was like, his name's not Simon. I'm like, because I don't know a Simon. Because I'm thinking like, you're like, the same videos,
you guys are always like on the same vibe with those videos. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I guess Robert's just trying to become a better leader and find his why. And maybe you're not. Okay, so we talked about, we asked Robert and Liz what one another's astrology signs were, or zodiac signs. Robert.
How the fuck did Rob not know
Robert had no idea. Poor guy.
How do you not know?
Poor guy. But it was so funny that he didn't know. He guessed Libra. But you know what I will say is Pisces, I feel like if you don't know astrology, is like the one that would go to the back of my head. Like I would not think about a Pisces.
I know my dad's a Pisces.
Is he? Wow, he's in touch with his emotions.
My girlfriend in 6th grade.
You had a girlfriend before Nicolette?
Yeah, and sue me. No, I was in 7th grade. She was in 6th grade.
Okay.
And she was a Pisces and I was a Scorpio. The reason I remember that is because they're such a good match. I just remember being like, oh yeah, like perfect, like whatever.
I swear when I was in like junior high or like early high school, we started getting into like zodiac signs and stuff, whatever. And I always like looked up like compatibility and who was good with who. And like Sagittarius are compatible with like Geminis. And my whole life I was like, ooh, I have to date a Gemini. And, like obviously that's not true, but it's just so funny.
And my dad's a Pisces and my mom's a Scorpio. So I thought that too back then.
So you're like, it's going to work. Like, this is my wife.
Look, my parents are married. Yeah, me and you are going to get married.
That's so funny. But there's
never even kissed.
You know what's so funny is there's a difference, though, like when it comes to people who, like men Pisces versus women Pisces. Like, there's supposed to be, like, small little differences in, like, how they act, you know? But, okay, so just a little breakdown. There's 4 elements. There's fire signs, there's earth signs, there's air signs, and then there's water signs. So we're basically playing freaking Avatar here.
Okay.
Yeah. So the fire signs are Aries, Leos, and Sages. So I'm a fire sign, and they're passionate and exuberant. And then the air signs are Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius, and they're intellectual and curious.
That's grass signs, you said?
That's air.
Oh,
air signs.
Air signs.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Pokemon.
No.
Did you just say Pokemon?
I said Avatar.
Pokemon? Oh, Avatar. But Pokemon too. Fire, nature, air, rock.
Yeah, but Avatar is like earth, fire, wind.
Yeah.
Or air or whatever.
I never watched that, like Avatar the Airbender.
You never watched Avatar the Last Airbender?
No, I never watched it.
I'm not kidding.
I will love it.
You should watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, I will.
Such a good cartoon. Like, it is way ahead of its time. I'm not kidding. Okay, so sorry, back to this. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, and they're practical and grounded, which makes sense. And water signs are Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces, and they're intuitive and emotional.
For the win.
Yeah. So we're not going to go through all the qualities, but I did want to go through the qualities of
mine and yours.
Okay, and then I wanted to go through the qualities.
Fuck everybody else.
Yeah, and the qualities of just Liz's and Robert's, and then the one that Robert said Liz was, to like compare to see why she was so offended.
Okay.
Okay. So the basic traits. So let's go to what Liz is. So Liz is a Pisces, February 19th through the March 20th. If you looked up the word psychic in the dictionary, there would definitely be a picture of a Pisces next to it. Pisces is the most intuitive, sensitive, and empathetic sign of the entire zodiac. And that's because it's the last of the last. As the final sign, Pisces has absorbed every lesson, the joys and the pain, the hopes and the fears, learned by all of the other signs. It's symbolized by 2 fish swimming in opposite directions, representing the constant division of Pisces' attention between fantasy and reality. So that's Liz. I mean, that's like super deep.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking of my dad too.
Yeah.
Like, it's similar to my dad.
Yeah,
you know?
That's the thing about this. I know like people hate it and they hate on it, but it's so fun to look into because you're like, that connects with me.
Yeah.
I mean, everything
can connect with you.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's where like the haters and the people that like hate on it.
Yeah. But it's deeper than just like this is your sign, because you have a whole birth chart. So there's like your sun sign, your moon sign, which is like your emotion. So like I'm a Sagittarius, but my moon is a Pisces or something like that. Like, so I have like you have different elements in you. What Robert said she was a Libra, but I mean, it's not a bad thing to be a Libra. That's what I'm saying. But
my sister's a Libra.
Yeah.
She loves it.
Well, let's
she
listen
loves
to
being,
this.
but who's
gonna hate being on? Yeah, right.
Sign.
Balance, harmony, and justice define Libra energy. As a cardinal air sign, Libra is represented by the scales. Interestingly, the only inanimate object of the zodiac, an association that reflects Libra's fixation on establishing equilibrium. Libra is obsessed with symmetry and strives to create equilibrium in all areas of life, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. So that's what Libras are. If Robert actually knew what these signs meant, that could have been Liz too, you know?
Could be all of us.
Right. So Robert is a Taurus, or an Aries. Sorry, it is a Taurus. Robert is an Aries. This is the first sign of the zodiac. Aries loves to be number one. Naturally, this dynamic fire sign is no stranger to competition. Bold and ambitious, Aries dives headfirst into even the most challenging situations, and they'll make sure they always come out on top. So that's what Robert is. And then me and you. So you're a Scorpio, right? You're like a cusp. You're right at the end, November 21st.
Yeah.
Okay. So Scorpios are elusive and mysterious. Scorpio is one of the most misunderstood signs of the zodiac. Scorpio is a water sign that uses emotional energy as fuel, cultivating powerful wisdom through both the physical and unseen realms. In fact, Scorpio derives its extraordinary courage from its psychic abilities, which is what makes this sign the most complicated dynamic signs of the zodiac. Do you connect with that at all?
I do. I love being a Scorpio.
Yeah.
And growing up my whole life, mainly chicks would be like, Nicolette hates when I say chicks. She thinks it's like so like demeaning or whatever. But girls, they would say you are like a true Scorpio, you know? But Nicolette doesn't think so. She's like more like you are a cusp.
You're a cusp.
You are a cusp, you know, type thing, you know?
Yeah. I definitely see both Sagittarius and Scorpio in you. Okay, Sagittarius. Oh, the places Sagittarius goes. But actually, this fire sign knows no bounds. Represented by the archers, Sagittarians are always on a quest for knowledge. The last fire sign of the zodiac, Sagittarius launches in many pursuits like blazing arrows, chasing after geographical, intellectual, and spiritual adventures. I like astrology and zodiac signs, and it is interesting to think about how if you're born at a certain time of the year, how people think that like you could be different because of that.
Yeah.
Because that's like really what it's because of like what season you're born in. You know.
I mean,
I would never fight about
it. I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Like astrology, and numerology, and
like if the moon.
Chinese astrology is crazy too. Like, okay, I kind of do want to get into this a little bit. So did you ever look into Chinese astrology?
Like I think
like
I'm
monkey and
I think I'm like the dog or
snake
something.
And horse and this and that. Okay, so I was at work one day and I'm listening to this podcast all about numerology, right? Mm-hmm. And it was super interesting. I fucking loved it. Like it was pretty much saying like I am curious to know what your number is. Like what your numerology sign is.
I didn't know that was a thing.
But what your number is.
How do you find that out?
So okay, real quick, what's your birthday?
November 28th.
November 28th. So 11, 2, 8. So 2, 4, 12, 3. And what year were you born?
1997.
So 3, 4, 13, 4. You're an 11. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
What does that mean?
And now I sound like one of those guys like, oh, of course you're an 11.
Of course you're an 11.
Of course you're a fucking Sagittarius. 11 it's a master number.
Oh.
I used to know way more. You know, I kind of fell off that like tip.
That's okay.
You know?
We'll fact check it.
Like I have fallen off that conspiracy tip and like the numerology tip and like all that shit, you know, for the past like couple years. But 11's a master number. That's why Kyrie wears 11.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like he's into that shit, you know. And,
gotcha.
Kyrie Irving. 11's a master number. You're pretty much like elevated more than the other numbers, you know. 22 is even bigger, like in 33. So you're either 1 through 9, 11, 22, or 33.
Gotcha.
You know, you're those are the only numbers you can be.
Okay.
I'm at 8, and I believe Nicolette's at 8 as well, which that's like associated with money. Not in the sense like you're automatically going to be rich.
Right.
Not like you're going to be a millionaire or billionaire, but what it means is you'll always, like in time of need, it'll find you. Like you're never going to really be, if I'm struggling, somehow next week I'll find a way, and all of a sudden it's good. You know? Or if I'm worried about like a payment in a month from now, it'll work itself out somehow, some way. That's kind of what it means. Not so much that you're going to be a millionaire, billionaire, or whatever, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like I just want to clarify. He's not saying that the money is dropping at his foot. He's saying that he figures it out and he's going to...
Exactly.
Yeah, like
it's just a way to come. It's a way, like... Yeah, somehow... You know, I was going to Costa Rica for the first time, and this is before I knew all of this numerology stuff.
Right.
And this happens to everybody too. So it's kind of the same thing as astrology. Like, it happens with everybody. Like, how am I going to pay rent next week? And then somehow they land the job of their dreams, and fucking now all of a sudden they're flying high. But I'm going to Costa Rica for the first time, and I'm playing Keno. And I probably have like $3,000 to go on this trip. Keno, you know Keno, you played at the bars, like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know? And it's the day before the trip. And just for fun, I played $20 and I won $1,400.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, like small little things like that.
It just helped with the trip. Like, granted, I had enough.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But it's just small things like that.
Like an example, you know?
Yeah.
But now I kind of went way off.
That's
what
okay.
was I talking about?
You were giving me a story. You said that you were at work, you were listening to a podcast about numerology.
Okay. This guy's saying about how at this point, so he was talking about numerology and the Chinese astrology, right? Okay. I'm a monkey. Okay. It's what year you're born. It's not month. It's what year you're born. So 1992, you're a monkey, right? If you're on a monkey year, things are gonna sway in your favor.
Gotcha.
If you're on your enemy year, things are gonna go negatively. Not something good could happen on your enemy year.
Yeah.
But same thing, it just means it's gonna sway. If it's like a 50-50, it'll sway.
So what's like an enemy year though?
So like your enemy sign. So I can't remember. I used to know better, but a monkey's enemy could be like the snake.
Gotcha. Oh, because Chinese New Year, they have like the year of the lion, the year of the blah blah blah, the year of the whatever.
The year of the rat, the year of the horse.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
So I'm listening to this podcast. Whatever. It's like the next day, right? The next day, LeBron passes Kobe Bryant on the all-time scoring list.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, like, I wonder if these two are enemy signs. So I just look it up, you know, because that's pierced in my mind, the Chinese astrology and numerology. So I look it up, and they're enemy signs.
That's crazy, actually.
LeBron's a rat, and Kobe's a horse. We can fact check this. I want to make sure, but let's just go with it.
Yeah.
LeBron's a rat, Kobe's a horse. So LeBron passed Kobe on the all-time scoring list. A couple days before that, if not the day before, it was the Chinese New Year.
Wow.
What year did it turn into? The year of the rat. So LeBron passes Kobe, his enemy, on the all-time scoring list. 2 days into the year of the rat. What's Kobe's enemy year? The rat.
Yeah.
So Kobe loses
his spot.
That spot, right? But hear me out now. It gets fucking crazy. LeBron and Kobe, we all know. Why do people... You're Kobe or LeBron. Right. You're not Kobe and LeBron.
Right.
You can respect them both, but you're not a Kobe.
You're one or the other.
You're not, LeBron's my favorite player and Kobe's my second favorite player. Nobody in the history ever said that.
Yeah.
Ever. So they were just natural born enemies.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, by the media, for sure.
By the media, but even
by the
just
fans.
by the
and
fans.
Just,
even
and by
the media didn't do it because...
Not the media, but by the fans and like out of pure competition.
Out of pure competition.
Yeah.
But why Kobe?
Yeah.
Why not Shaq?
Yeah.
Why not Dwayne Wade? Why not, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one says Dwayne Wade and LeBron beef.
Yeah.
No, it was Kobe. But anyways, what happens? Do you remember what happens a couple days after LeBron passes Kobe?
No.
That's when Kobe died. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not going to blame his death on the...
No, but Kobe died on his enemy year, 2 days in. 2, 3, 4, 5 days in. It was like really close. Yeah. So LeBron, his arch nemesis on the basketball court, right? Even though they never face each other in finals or anything like that.
Yeah.
LeBron passes him a couple days into the new year. Then Kobe dies on his enemy. And I literally I've started freaking the fuck out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Oh my God. Dude, when Kobe died, I was driving to Lifetime Fitness and my friend texted me, did Kobe Bryant die? Because like she knows that I watch basketball. I'm like, no, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? At a stoplight, I'm like looking, nothing is refreshing, nothing about Kobe. I call Robert, I'm like, did Kobe die? He's like, no, what are you talking about? Like, we both didn't believe it. And then I get to the gym, I pressure fish again, see everything, and then I was like, I gotta go home. I could not. I was like, I
that's
can't
the
be.
type of vibe it was.
I was like, I can't be out in public, right? Like at the gym, just living my life. Like I know that's a little dramatic, but I was just like, no. I just have to go home and sit in.
Those are that's one of the most shocking deaths of like.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Aside from that, yeah, I'm gonna look more into that number stuff and the Chinese New Year.
Yeah, we'll fact check to make sure. I'm 99% sure it was rat and horse.
Regardless, yeah, I believe you. I believe because I don't think that you would remember it that deeply.
Yeah, no, and I freaked. And same thing with me. I was at work when I found out Kobe died. I was just sitting there and I'm scrolling through Instagram or whatever, and I see stopped working for like 2-3 hours.
Yeah,
literally 2-3 hours. I was like trying to get as much information because that first hour, no
we
one
didn't
knew.
know.
That first hour, it was like TMZ broke the news.
Yeah, and it was so like, did somebody else?
Was he on the plane? Was it just his helicopter?
Yeah, like it was. Oh God, what a chilling time that was. That stuff interests me so much. And I know that it's like annoying for people because like we said, anybody could relate to anything, whatever. But also I am a big believer that like the things that you accept into your life, like you can put out into it. So like, I don't know if this makes sense, but like manifesting stuff, bringing in good energy and like, I don't know if that makes sense, but all of that connects to me and I just always use it as I think
manifesting is like a real big thing lately.
It's been
big.
Kind
of like new.
It's been big in my life. Okay, so I think I used to quote unquote manifest things when I was younger without really intentionally,
without calling it manifesting,
without doing it. Yeah, like things would just kind of pop up in my life, and I'd be like, holy shit, like that's what I wanted. Mm-hmm. And then at the same time, maybe I just worked hard for something or like took steps to get things. My friends, obviously, Kara, and then my friend Lindsay as well. We have like been really big on manifesting good energy, and like Lindsay is into her crystals and like
Lindsay, which one?
Not Judge or not Sukta, yeah. Sukta. Yeah, she's like super big into that, and she has like a money tree, and I swear to God, this girl, same thing about like you, she just like money just pops up out of like nowhere randomly for her, like stuff like that.
She might be an 8. What's her birthday?
August 17th, 1998.
No, 6.
Yeah, I don't know, but
anyways,
like just like all those little things, like
I believe so. Connecting. I'm doing 1 plus.
Yeah.
Quick math in my head.
Yeah, but we've just always been like on that shit. So like when it's a full moon, we'll be like, okay, make sure you take in this energy that it's bringing, like stuff like that, whatever.
You ever heard of moon water?
Yes.
You heard of that?
Lindsay does that shit. Like one
Puts
time,
the water bottle out.
Literally on a full moon, like she put her water by her window. Yeah, stuff like that. My
coworker.
It's so funny because you're like, come on, but like it like works for her, and like I don't know if it's actually the stuff that contributing to her or if she's telling herself it is, and then little things that are motivating her in her life to get to her. You know what I'm saying? So
I get exactly what you're saying.
It could be one or the other, but it's working. So like, I'm
keep doing it. It's working for her. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's all we have for fact checks. Not too many. I know that we went pretty long on that. Yeah. We veered off a little bit, but that's it for fact checks. Do you want to do a little weekly recap?
Yeah, remind me.
So Friday we recorded. I know, me either. I literally, on my drive here, I'm like, what did I do this week? Friday, we went to Dre's. Dre built a pizza wood-burning oven in his wall in his backyard, and it's freaking beautiful. Great job on that, Dre.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, and
the pizza was unreal.
Yeah, so we had a pizza party. Everybody brought their own dough. We had a bunch of toppings, and we just freaking cooked pizzas all night, and it was so good and obviously so fun, like it always is with our friends. And then Saturday, I just went to a wedding. Congrats to the married couple. Yeah, it was a good time. But Saturday, you went out. Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Where?
You went out for, I got snaps of it. You went out.
Oh my God, Dennis's birthday.
Yeah, Dennis's birthday.
Yeah. What the hell did we do? Yeah, turned out to be a wild night. Met him up at the casino. We all lost money.
No.
Most of us. I think Martin won like $100.
Was it bad mood after there, or you guys were still up?
No, because it's not like we lost like
gotcha.
Whatever. From there, we went to Deluxe. Not Deluxe Flux.
Just Deluxe?
Deluxe.
Is the font of the sign like... I feel like I can picture it, but maybe not. It might not be. Whatever.
Like, is it like italicized kind of?
No. So
that's
maybe
kind of how I'm picturing it. I was just there and I don't even remember.
Whatever.
But it's not a nice bar.
Okay.
You go there, have a few drinks and dip. But there's a DJ and there's a dance floor, and we ended up staying there the rest of the night.
Wow.
And got like super hammered, more hammered than we thought. Like, great time. Happy birthday, Dennis. And then the next day we went to the
Chris Rock
concert. comedy show.
How was it?
It was good. It was good. I didn't know what to expect. Do I like Chris Rock? Yes. I've never listened to any of his stand-ups.
Gotcha.
You know, so I didn't know, like, do I actually like him? Like, I don't really know his comedy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is he, like, in a famous movie or something?
Chris
or like,
Rock?
Yeah, like,
Chris Rock
how did he blow up?
He's from, like, a bunch of Adam Sandler movies. You don't remember Chris Rock?
I know exactly who Chris Rock is. I knew who Chris Rock was when I was 5 years old. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like I
how,
don't remember, like you know Dave Chappelle, like, you can, like, you go to the Chappelle show.
Yeah.
And then, like, Eddie Murphy, like, just his stand-ups alone.
Yeah.
You can name his stand-ups. Like,
I feel like he's always just been a comedian and has been in movies as a comedian. Yeah. And I feel like he's always
and also. Everybody hates Chris.
And yeah, he's the voice in it, right? And everybody hates Chris.
It's based on his life, I believe. Yeah.
So I think that he's, like, always just been out there as a comedian, and I do think he probably had shows like this, but he's blowing up because Will Smith slapped him on the fucking stage.
Yeah. He was always huge. Chris Rock was always
he was always big, but, like, we didn't think about Chris Rock. Let's go to his stand-up show.
Yeah.
So
now it's like he's doing 3 shows every city he goes to because I mean, maybe that's not because why. Maybe we were just in a bubble and we didn't realize that's how big he was, but. In my perspective, like, that's where he did touch on it.
Oh, did he?
He touched on it. Yeah, like not like so much directly, but more like indirectly, and then, like, the crowd would go crazy,
go wild,
like, because they would all link it to, like, what he was talking about.
Yeah.
And then actually, one point he did mention it directly, where he was like, somebody asked me, like, did it hurt or whatever? He's like, hell yeah, motherfucker, it hurt, or some shit, you know, like, and we just everyone dying.
Yeah,
laughing. He was funny. It was good. It was a good show, funny show.
Yeah.
You know, he's not my favorite comedian. You know, but
who's your favorite comedian?
Who's my favorite comedian? Gotta be Bill Burr, Eddie Murphy, Chris D'Elia. They're all different.
I was just gonna say those are good people that you're picking because they're all so different. So it's like kudos to you for being able to have, like, that sense of humor that can.
Yeah, you know who I love? Andrew Schultz.
I don't know who that is.
But I never actually listened to, like, his special or anything like that. Andrew Schultz. He kind of blew up on TikTok.
Okay.
He was big too, but not that crazy. But TikTok, like, took him off. Like, he just started posting his, like.
Yeah, I love that on TikTok. Whenever I see a comedian on TikTok, I'm like, love it. Waiting. Yeah. Like, I love that shit.
You ever see the girl ones though?
No.
Do you ever come across the girl?
Not really.
It's super sexist, but, like, it'll always be like a girl comedian and then a guy reacting to it, so his face will just be on there.
Yeah.
And then he's like. Just has, like, a plain face, like,
that's funny.
Making fun of the girls, saying, like, girls can't be funny. You know, they're just trying to.
Yeah.
You know.
I do resent that a little bit, but it's
girls
fine.
Can obviously be funny. My sister and Nicolette are, like, 2 of the funniest people I know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. For sure.
And my cousin Mervetta, which I don't think she listens to this, but if she heard this, she'd be happy as fuck.
Yeah. I know so many funny girls. There's this TikToker, Brittany Broski, who is truly just so fucking funny. But Dave Chappelle is definitely my favorite comedian.
I love Dave Chappelle too. Yeah, I'm definitely missing some people. But.
Yeah, but like Dave Chappelle, when I saw him live, I was just honestly blown away because I was watching him and I thought to myself, this is what this man was meant to do for a living. This is why he was put on this earth. Same thing when I, like, saw Eminem live. I was like, this is what this man was meant to do. Like, I love being able to go to a show and, like, knowing that this is their craft. Like, they are so good at this. And the way Dave Chappelle just starts a show and then just climbs the ladder and then comes right back down to it and ties everything together is just, like, he's
a legend.
Artwork to me. Like, I know that's, like, so whatever, hoity-toity, but it truly to me it's like art. It's so fucking definitely. Yeah, but you guys had a good time.
Yeah, it was a great time. And Sebastian Maniscalco.
He's funny.
He's one of my favorites.
He's funny. Sometimes he does stuff that's, like, a little too much for me, and it feels too fabricated, too out there. But then at the same time, like, it's fucking.
Really, I never got that.
It's too funny. Like, well, why are you coming to the dad? Like, you don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it, like, the way he emphasizes stuff. Like, and then he came and he did this and he did that. Like, you know how he has that voice?
But I like that.
I know it's funny, but, like, I'm like. You don't talk like that, you know, but it's okay. I still appreciate him, and I think he is really fucking funny.
He's Jerry Seinfeld's favorite comedian.
Oh, is he? I fucking love Jerry Seinfeld.
That's kind of what I picked up. I don't know if he's came out and just said that straight up, but
Jerry Seinfeld's favorite comedian.
Yeah, I remember hearing that somewhere where Jerry Seinfeld's favorite comedian is like Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh, that's cool. Kudos to him. I've been rewatching Seinfeld. And you know how he always has a little clip in the beginning it's like the intro to his show is always a clip of him, a skit. Yeah. He's just so funny because his humor is just so simple. Like nothing about it is like I'm peeing my pants laughing, but everything is just like simple and you're just like
quick hits. Like they're just
and
you're kind of laughing yourself like this guy.
Yeah, like he's just a goofy guy. Like I love that show so much.
I love that like that reel that's been going around on Instagram of him. It's on his show. I never watched his show.
You never watched Seinfeld?
I've watched like episode here, episode there. I've never watched it beginning to end. It's funny as shit.
You need to watch beginning to end.
But I do need to watch beginning to end for sure. But oh man, whenever I'm gonna get to it,
right?
When I'm retired, I can't wait because we're gonna be watching that shit when we're retired.
Yeah.
You know, when we're like 70 years old, like just on the fucking TV, just watch a show.
Yeah, it's so funny. That show is so good. But wait, what clip are you talking about?
The clip. I hope we can find it. The one where he rents the car.
Oh, and she's like, oh, we don't have a reservation for that size car.
Oh no, we don't. Yeah, no.
Or
she's like, we have your reservation.
Yeah, but we don't have that car
available.
And he's like, well, why? I booked a reservation. You have to have the car. She's like, I know we took the reservation, but we don't have the car anymore. But isn't the reservation supposed to hold the car?
Yeah.
And she's like, yes. And he's like, well, isn't that how a reservation is supposed to work? She goes, I know how a reservation is supposed to work. And he says, I don't think you do.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
It's like he rents his car. The car that is there isn't there, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Funny.
That is, I watched that recently. I love him.
Yeah.
He's just, and I watch it, I'm like, he's such an asshole in the best possible way.
Sure.
Like, I watch it, and while I'm watching it, I'm saying with a smile on my face, he's such an asshole.
Yeah.
It's such a funny show. But yeah, you have to watch it. You will love every character in that show. And the girl in that show, Elaine Bennis, Julia Louis-Dreyfus or whatever, that's her real name, is a fucking icon, and she's so fucking funny. And like, that's one female comedian that I'm like, this girl could out fucking run all these guys.
Really?
Like,
No
she
shit.
is just so fucking funny and like always on point. But it's just the writing too.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. Anything else happen? I didn't do anything this week.
I don't think so.
It's finally fall weather here.
Is today the official first day of
Today's
autumn
the first day of fall. So
Look at that, how
it's crazy. Last day of summer was yesterday. It was 88 degrees. First day of fall, it's fucking 60 degrees.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
nuts. Worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and us girls are going to Blake's this weekend, so we get to be all cute.
When are you guys going?
Folly.
Saturday?
On Saturday evening.
All right, good. That's when we're watching Lord of the Rings finally.
Okay, so I wrote down something it's kind of deep, but I was just driving and I was thinking about how, okay, you're 25. Where did you think you would be versus where you are now? How has your life panned out differently than you thought it would be when you were either like a kid or a teenager or whatever?
Damn, I don't know.
Like, what did you think you were going to be doing? Like, what did you want to be when you grew up, when you were a kid?
I don't know. I thought, like, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay. You would be a good lawyer. Argumentative.
Astronaut. I always wanted to be an astronaut. Those are like
the big,
generic answers.
Yeah.
Lawyer, astronaut. But I don't know where I thought I would be. Pretty much right where I'm at.
Yeah.
I did think being Albanian, I thought when I was like 14, I'm like, 23, I want to be married. That's kind of just how it was back then. I guess you get married more young,
Yeah.
But I am exactly where I wanted to be. Got my own place, got my wife.
Yeah.
Going down the right path.
Yeah.
Got a career. Everything's going good. It's just what like a family, And now I got the base
of that
to start my own family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really thought, I don't know.
You just like went with it.
I just kind of went with it.
Yeah.
I never really huge dreams.
Yeah.
Not like a huge dreamer.
I'm not. Yeah.
I'm really not.
Okay, so I feel like I am a huge dreamer, but I'm also very content.
Yeah.
When I was little, like I had the same thing generic. Like I wanted to be a vet because I love dogs, So I was like, I want to be a vet, but that lasted for about like 3 days. And then from there, I always wanted to be an actress or like a singer. But I always just was like about performing really, or like entertaining.
Yeah.
Like I always just wanted to like.
Well, you entertain. Us.
I mean, I feel like I do it in a way. Like we put out podcasts, I put out vlogs, I take pictures, I do what I can to fulfill that.
The pictures alone, man, I love that shit.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun for me too because in the moment I'm just taking them, and I know like the next day I'm going to look at the camera, I'm going to be able to remember like, oh my God, like he was doing this at this time. And it's just like when people are like, you're never in the pictures. I'm like, I know, but like I remember them more than the people that are in them.
Yeah.
Because,
right.
because I'm taking them and I can like just see it fully happening, you know? But like you said, you thought you're going to be married at 23. I literally was like, married at 22, have a kid by 23. I'm going to have another kid at 25, my last kid at 27. Like, literally had it.
Yeah, of course.
Planned out to the T. Here I am at 25, just living with my mama and daddy, single as ever. Yeah. Not paying rent, though, so.
Shit.
It really is weird because when you're little, you have so many, not, like, dreams, but just ideas of what life could be or should be based on what you see. So, like, my mom married, had her first kid at 22. I thought that's just like what you should be doing at that age, you know.
Can't imagine being 23 and fucking married. I can't. No. It works out for a lot of people, you know. I got cousins, friends, whatever, but I feel like I'm 23 now and I'm almost 30.
I feel like I'm still 21, like, and I'm like, is that a bad mindset to be in? Because
no,
like
I don't think so.
You're living, I don't want to like live in the past.
You're living your life. You're 25. Just the way you feel, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
If you feel younger, that's a great thing, you know.
But then at the same time, sometimes like, well, I'm actually only 24. I turn 25 in a few months, so we'll just asterisk that. Yeah. But sometimes I keep saying I'm 25. Like I just keep jumping to 25, and I've been jumping to 25 probably since like 4 months ago. Why am I jumping to 25? You know, like there's like things like that too. So I don't know.
I'm about to be 30, dude.
Yeah. We're going to have big birthdays this year. I was thinking about us, and I was like, you're going to turn 30 and I'm going to turn 25. And like at that moment, we'll do like a little special birthday podcast or something. A little more
special for me.
Yeah, it's definitely a little more special for you.
A little more special for me, please.
Definitely. No, it is. It definitely is. But I was like, that's cool that we're like 5 years apart. Yeah, it's going to be yours
and Nicolette's birthday too, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, come on. Those are monumental moments, I feel like, in people's lives. Yeah. You know? And we'll be able to podcast it and document it.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought this would be fun to talk about. Things we all did as kids. 40 things we all did or experienced as kids but never talked about since then.
Okay.
Let's see. The basic, when you turn the basement lights off and you run upstairs before death consumes you.
Yeah,
obviously.
Everybody.
Look at chicken running.
If you didn't, how fucking evil are you?
Right? You just like will welcome it.
You just slowly walked up normally.
You welcome it.
I still run up my goddamn stairs. Not from the dark, but like I just like, if I'm not dead tired, I'll just fucking run up the stairs.
Yeah.
You want to get up as quick as possible.
Yeah, you're just like, let me just have
skip a step.
Safe ground, you know? 5-year-old me pretending to smoke when it's cold outside.
Always.
Like I say it to this day, I wish smoking wasn't bad for you because it's so cool. It's so cool. When like somebody in a movie.
Not vapes.
No, vapes don't look cool to me. No offense.
Cigs are cool.
Cigarettes look so cool. Mom, I don't smoke cigarettes.
But you smell like shit.
Yeah. I don't smoke cigarettes, Mom, okay? I don't. And I never have either. Okay? When you just like see an actress in a movie smoking a cigarette, she's just 10 times cooler.
Yeah.
10 times cooler.
Because you just think like they don't give a fuck.
They don't
like,
care. Look at them.
Killing themselves.
Carefree. Literally. I used to always think to myself, there must be something in that little stick for you to go outside in the cold and smoke
nicotine.
It. I know there's obviously something, but I'm saying like.
And nicotine.
I'm like, damn, that it has that big of a hold. Like, I don't think I would ever have anything hold on me to go outside and just stand there shaking your hand.
Dude, you want me to tell you something? When I was smoking cigarettes, you kind of like, when I think about winter, and it, like when I used to smoke and I would think about winter, I'm like, you kind of enjoy that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you kind of enjoy that. Like when you think about winter now, you're like, oh my God, it's about to be freezing in a couple months. But you like get that feeling like, but how good do you feel when you like run through your front door and then like you brush off the snow
and like
or some
the crispness
shit,
of
and
it.
then you're like, ooh, and then you heat up like 5 minutes later and then you're like, now you're comfy.
Yeah.
Like it's like one of those things. Like it's like something different in the air when you're smoking a cigarette and it's fucking freezing outside.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you kind of enjoy it, you know.
I'm gonna steer you back to smoking cigarettes.
Then when it's winter, you're thinking like, I can't wait till it's summer so I can come out here and I'm hot.
Yeah.
But it's like you still kind of look forward to it.
I can see like now if you think about it, like a cigarette, it's not warm, but like you light it up with a fire and you're just like like hot cocoa, like but with a cigarette instead. You know? Yeah.
Let me grab like we're all hanging out and then Leon comes and nudges me like, let's go get a cigarette or let's go smoke a cigarette. Like, all right, yeah, bundle up.
And then you would probably have such good talks out there.
And it's just fun out there.
You have good talks.
It is.
Yeah. Ugh, man. Okay, let's look here.
I might have a cigarette tonight.
You go to 7-Eleven, buy a pack.
No, I just call. That's just when I call Leon.
You're like, hey, want to come over?
Watch a game tonight.
It says 6-year-old me trying to force two magnets to touch with the same poles, even though they aren't going to stick. And it's a picture of Chris Evans as Captain America. Good old Cap.
Did you ever like skip every crack, like on the sidewalks? Obviously, don't step on the crack.
Dude, when I was little, and we would be driving down whatever, my mom would be driving, and I'd be sitting in the back, and in between every street light, I would clench my mouth down, and then when a street light would be in my view, I would open and then clench, open and then
I got
clench.
the weirdest thing so similar. That is insane.
What'd you do?
You know, like, so you're driving, you know, and well, say my mom's driving, and I'm looking out the window, and you got the patches of grass, you know, but then you got the street to turn into.
Yeah.
Then another patch of grass, and then a little driveway to go into a house, and then a patch of grass and a driveway to go in the house. Patch of grass, driveway to go into the plaza, so on and so forth. I would be driving, and when it's on the grass, I can keep my head down. But then when I'm driving, and then like we're passing the driveway, I have to lift up. Like I lift up where I'm like jumping over the pavement.
What is that? Like, why do we both have that?
But when it's grass, I can go down. So then, say if you go through like a stretch where it's like half mile, then you're like, I can relax.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, driveway.
That's so funny.
You know?
That's so weird.
Street, and then say if it's a long driveway for some reason, and then you just keep it up high until you fucking get on some grass.
I just want to know, like, what in our brains.
Kids, man.
Sometimes I catch myself, like, clenching down.
And
still doing it sometimes. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
You know, it's just a habit. I keep forgetting what we're fucking talking about.
Crazy shit.
I know.
We're talking about kids do the darnest things.
Yeah. How it looked like versus how it felt. This is just cute because it's a fort, and then how it felt is like a kingdom.
Nothing was better than building forts.
Nothing was better, and it's just cute because you just have those little imaginations and just like live it up. God, you don't need much. You just need some blankets and some pillows.
Shout out Mikkel for all these
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mikkel texted us and said that we have a theme going here based on nostalgia
and coming of age.
Yeah,
stories.
And coming of age stories, and it's honestly true. This is before cell phones and social networks. This is how we figured out where our friends were, and it's just a bunch of bikes out
the shit.
There's nothing that will ever feel like a summer day when you're a kid, and it's just the perfect. It's like 82 degree weather.
Take me
it's
back.
Sunny. You're just on your bikes, just living your freaking life.
Wish you could like have one of those days like a year.
Yeah.
One of those days just be fucking like 10 again.
Yeah.
Keep going.
This is really funny. It's a picture of Heath Ledger as the Joker, and it says, "You know how I got these scars?" And it's those freeze pops.
Oh my god,
dude, they hurt so bad. You know the rainbow freeze pops. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about,
yeah, you get those plastic
plastic
ones, like a paper cut. On the side,
yeah, you would just. And it wouldn't be like big, but like something about it was just so irritating.
Did you ever freeze Go-Gurts?
Yeah, they had they had like the specific ones you were supposed to freeze.
Oh, really? I just used to freeze the regular ass ones.
And you're like, nah, I'm not gonna buy.
Oh.
The fact that they tricked people into buying
like the freezable
ones when you could have easily just whatever.
You ever eat the blue ketchup? You remember when they came out with like blue ketchup and like yellow ketchup?
Yeah.
And purple ketchup.
I feel like that didn't last long though.
No, it didn't. No, I don't think I ever had it because I was like, what the fuck? Like I was like scared of trying it.
Oh yeah, it's just color.
It's just dye, but still.
This is so funny. It says growing up with siblings, and then it's I can't really explain the picture, but basically it's like, I'm sorry, you're fine. Please don't tell mom, you're fine.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. When you,
I actually have a story about this. One time, Beta and I, when we were little, we weren't like fighting, but we were in the room, and she was trying to get in, and I was like kept pushing her out. I was little, and she put her hand in the door, and I slammed her hand in the door, and she started crying. And then I started crying because I was scared she was gonna tell on me. I ran to my grandma. And my grandma's like, "What did you do, Elizabeth?" Like, started yelling at Beta. To this day, I still feel guilty about it because
no one, you never.
Yeah, she didn't really get in. She didn't get in trouble, but I didn't get in trouble at all. And I slammed her freaking hand in the door.
Yeah.
I was like, Poof. I was in that moment. I knew I fucked up. Did you and Bo ever fight, like physically?
No, we had those like similar shit to like that, like she pushes me out of her room, I push her out, or wrestle, like, because I was super into, like, WWF, now WWE.
Yeah.
What was it? What was WWF?
World
Wildlife Fund?
Federation? Wildlife Fund. You're right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Never really, like, punched her or anything. Maybe, like, in the thigh.
Yeah.
And then she'd cry. Yeah. All those normal stories, she'd cry. Do you have any home videos?
Do I ever? We have so many. My mom was me when she was a parent. Like, she had videos up the wazoo. Like, we have so many.
Why'd you say wazoo right now?
What?
Because I texted you earlier and I'm like, traffic up the wazoo.
Oh my God, that's funny. It just like was in my vocabulary for a little bit there. Yeah, but no, like we have so many pictures, so many videos, boxes of pictures. They're my favorite things to look through. You have a lot too.
We have like maybe 6 home videos, maybe like say 6+ hours of solid fucking footage.
Wow.
Yeah, of like,
not that like this is no offense, but like we have probably over like hundreds of hours.
They swear to God.
I'm not kidding. Like I'm not kidding. Like hours and hours and hours and hours. We have so many of those little tapes.
Wow.
So many.
You have them on cassette tapes?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, I want to get them put on like DVDs.
We got them on VHS.
Oh, do you?
My dad would walk around like this.
Yeah.
Like a fucking on his shoulder.
We have them in the little ones that we have to put it in like one of those VHS. Do you remember the converters? You would put them in the VHS converter and then you would put them in. Yeah. But that's probably why you didn't have that many, because that's like so much harder to do.
You couldn't bring it around. Yeah. Maybe more. I'm thinking like, I don't know how much footage you could fit on a VHS tape. It's probably like a couple hours. So maybe we have like 4 or 5 of those.
Yeah.
And then say like, could be anywhere from an hour to 2 hours on each of them. So maybe 10 or whatever. But trust me, it's enough, and I'm so happy. I love
They're
those.
the best.
Like me and Nicolette were over my parents, a couple weeks ago, and we were watching that. We were watching like an hour of it. Me and Buona in the snow, and me slamming her face and her literally mad, and me just laughing. Me laughing, Buona pissed because I shoved her face in the snow.
I don't know if we have a video of that. I feel like we do, but Leon and Robert, same situation. I think Leon shoved, or vice versa, shoved one another's head in the snow, and we either have a picture or a video or something of it, or maybe I just remember it clearly. But that's really funny. Yeah. No, those are the best. I don't know about you, but we always had the video camera just up in a closet. So if we were ever home from school, every time we were home from school, I would call my mom while she's at work and say, "Hey, Mom, can I use the video camera?"
That's why you love doing it.
And I would make like, "Welcome to my crib, MTV Cribs." I would walk people around, like I'd make Beth to hold the camera. I'd walk around the house, whatever. We did like WWE, and me and Robert would fight each other, and Beth would just be holding the camera. "Robert, don't be mean to her."
Oh my God,
whatever.
We gotta watch that.
Or we would put up a sheet, and me and Robert would walk through it like as if we were wrestlers and we're coming through a tunnel.
Yeah.
I was always Hulk Hogan, and he was. Is Rey Mysterio one?
Yeah.
He was I think Rey Mysterio.
I can picture Robbie and fucking Rey Mysterio.
I was either
flying high and shit.
I was either Hulk Hogan or The Rock.
He just always wanted to jump off the. Would he like
Rey
jump
Mysterio?
off couches and jump off?
Robert would like fling me around. Like he would not hold back. He would not hold back. It was so fun. Like, I mean, I don't know how much fun I had in the moment, because there are videos of me where I'm like, "Robert, stop!" Like, just so irritated with him. But
yeah, you agree to do it, but then like 3 minutes in, you're fucking pissed.
Like there was, I'm such a little freaking brat. There was a video, so we had a little a boombox too, so we would play music and everything. We really went all out, and Beta introduced Robert as Rey Mysterio behind the camera, and then she forgot about me. And I come out behind the curtain, and Beta's like, "And no," and she forgot my name. I was like, "I'm Hulk Hogan!" I'm so mad. I'm such a little brat. I mean, I was like 7 maybe, but it's just so funny.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and it's funny how you see yourself then, and you're like, there's still things about that who she was that I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just qualities that you never let go of.
Yeah. And one of our home videos, me, my sister, my neighbor Johnny, one of my best friends, and his sister, who's also one of my sister's best friend, Georgia, we grew up together, like 4 years old. He was my best friend. I was 4. He was 3. And we did remakes of Friends.
Aww.
So like one episode I'm Chandler, and then he'll be Joey, and we would do like a scene. We would just do a complete remake of like the scene, which there's one I remember. It was when something about the orange juice. Do you remember that scene where he's like, I like the orange juice like this, or pulp, or I can't remember exactly which scene, but it was when Joey got the new or when Chandler got the new roommate and Joey moved out, and then he's like, I like my eggs like this.
Yeah,
I thought you liked them like this.
Yeah. That's so cute. It just really, we are lucky, especially for like how we grew up to have had like those amazing childhoods. Like we can look back and be so blessed. And
we're lucky. Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. The original auto-tune, obviously, we all know, talking into a fan.
Oh, yeah, all day.
Oh, my God. I remember they would say, like, don't do that. That's bad for you. Do you remember that?
Why the fuck?
Did anyone ever say that to you? Like, don't do that. No. Did anyone say that to you? No? I don't know. Maybe my mom
just wanted you to stop.
Stop doing it. I was too close. But I swear, I'll ask Robert and Banza, but I swear I thought it was, like, bad for me to do that. But I also thought it was illegal to have your lights on in the car. So... Did you ever think that when you were little?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Turn off the lights.
Bro, the other day I had to turn it on. I turned it on, and I'm like, shit, I got to shut it off. And I remember driving. I'm like, fuck that.
You're like, no,
I need it on.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I just kept driving. It was
like they're in there for a reason. No?
Well, you know how, someone told you, whatever, stop doing that. It's bad for you.
Yeah.
Like, one, it's probably not. And then someone just lied to you, and now you think it's bad for you.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, there's so many rules that were placed on you as kids that, like, it kind of restricts you, you know? Like, you jump on the couch or something, and then granted, maybe they don't want you to fall down, but, like, who's to say you can, like, there's just so many rules where, like, it doesn't really fucking matter.
Yeah, and it, like, shapes you in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter, but, like, them putting those in place when you're a kid, like, shapes what you think in the future. So, like, me, I'm like, my whole life I thought talking to a fan is bad. Yeah. You know? So, like, it's just
And
weird.
Now you just don't do it, but then that stops your, like, creativity. That slows down, like, they just put limits on you, kind of.
There's, like this quote that says, like, something about you have to let your kids learn, like, how to fall or something like that. Like, you can't like hold on to them all of their life. You have to, like, let them learn how to, like, fail, basically. Mm-hmm. So, like, if a kid, he looks like he's about to fall and you're going to go grab him, like, you shouldn't. Not saying if he's going to fall off a high surface and, like, hurt his fucking self.
For sure.
But, like, if you see, like, this kid, he's going to learn, like, he shouldn't be doing that.
He'll be fine. He'll get a little boo-boo on his knee.
Yeah, he's going to cry, but he's going to realize, like, oh, maybe next time I'm going to do it this way, or maybe next time I don't do it at all. Like, he's going to be able to figure that out himself, and we shouldn't, how you're saying, put those rules on top of the kids, because it does limit, like, creativity and stuff for sure.
How about did those telephone, did that shit never work, the cup with the string?
Oh, I never did that.
You never did that? Mm-mm. You never did that between rooms or something? Mm-mm. No, I'm surprised.
Did you do it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it didn't work?
No, but you thought it worked because you could just hear people through the walls. You know, like, say me and Bona shared a room, and
is there not? There's really no science behind that.
Yeah, there's no way it fucking works. How's it gonna work?
I know, but
I remember cup with a string.
But I remember in Grown Ups they did it. Literally from Grown Ups they did it, and it was like
worked perfectly. Yeah, no.
I mean, I know it's a movie. I'm gonna fact check that.
It doesn't. A string?
I don't know. Maybe the vibrations or something.
No way.
Huh?
There's no way it works.
Nicolette said she doesn't think they would put it in Grown Ups if it didn't work.
Yeah, come on. It's a movie. Yes, they would. Look it up real quick.
It's a movie.
Our producer is looking it up.
Tusha used to always say, whenever we would be watching a movie with her and we would judge it or criticize it, she'd always be like, oh my God, it's just a movie. Every time. Just like, it's a movie. And now Liz, not that she criticizes movies, but she's like, oh, that's so unrealistic. And I'm always just like, it's just a movie. You know? Yeah. But oh, Nicolette says confirmed that it works. Maybe you just didn't do it right.
I don't think it worked.
Okay, so it has to be a straight line, and distance is limited.
If I had a cup in here, with a string attached, and I gave it to my neighbor across the street right here, and we shut the windows and doors,
but distance is limited.
So what are we talking about? 5 feet? You're gonna hear the person anyways. Like how? Absolutely, I don't believe it.
Okay,
we'll
have to test it.
Test it out.
We'll have to test it.
I don't. There's no way. There's no way.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
I don't buy it.
This is just funny listening to your friends' parents when they yell at them, and it's just a little boy with the side eye. And it's always so uncomfortable.
Whenever you wanted to sleep over your cousin's house, would you send your cousin to go ask your mom?
I would always have to go ask.
You would be the one to ask?
Yeah, because so like Neta, at Neta's house, or even at my house, if all the kids were together, the parents would be upstairs, and I would always get sent upstairs because you're the little one. They love you. No. And I always like went upstairs and would like entertain my dad and my fucking.
You wouldn't just go straight up with
No. I would go up there and my dad would be like, they would be talking about something, and when my intention is to go to ask if my cousins could sleep over, but then they would end up being like, Fia, can you do the Charlie bit me thing? Like, do it in the accent, I'll give you $20. My uncle would fucking give me $20, and I'd be like, Charlie bit my ouch, Charlie, and I would go through and be like, having fun with the parents, I'd be like, yeah, so can we sleep over? Or can they sleep over? Like, yeah. I would never, or if I had to get to the point, I would go up there and be like, Daya. And my mom would be like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, yeah, Daya, anything, Daya. And I'm like, yeah. So it always worked, honestly, unless we had something to do the next day or something like that. But I always got sent up. Who got sent up for you?
I don't know. I can't really remember specifically, but we would like take turns. It'd kind of be like who had badge that day or who was the youngest that day or whose mom do we gotta convince? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, or we would have to like, as a group, let's just go ask them all together. They can't tell us all no. Like, let's go ask them all together. That type of thing. This is 5-year-old me after I ate a seed and someone told me that now a tree is gonna grow inside of me, or like a watermelon, like stuff like that. Yeah. People would tell you, and you're just like convinced. Or, I don't know how long gum actually stays in your system, but like I thought it was like 15 years if you swallow gum. It's something like dramatic as hell. Like, you were not supposed to do it. Is that
true?
I don't know. It's not true?
Nicolette says a few days.
Wow.
Nicolette says a few days gum will stay in your system.
So do you want to do the question thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we have like another segment we want to add on the show, and I'm not sure we're big enough for this, but we're just gonna fucking do it. And we're gonna manifest it. Yeah. Right? So Nicolette's sister, Danny, had questions for us and about our friend group and us in general. So if you have questions for us, you can text us, you can DM us, you can do whatever.
Leave a comment. Fuck it. Don't text us.
Oh, yeah. Leave a comment. You can leave a comment. Or I'll do like a question box next week when I post this.
Yeah, okay.
And you guys can go on the question box.
But a question box like on your story?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, I'll do. You can do it too. And
cool.
then
you do it.
Okay, I'll do it. But yeah, so we have questions from Danny.
Damn, I kind of want to do it now.
You want to do what?
I might do it too.
Do it.
Question box. All right.
Yeah, it's fun. I love doing it.
I always wanted to do one of those.
I love doing like question box and polls. Like, I love putting polls on my story.
I never did one.
Oh my gosh, I love doing polls on my story. One time I put a poll up on my Instagram story and I got so many responses to it. It's, do you know your blood type?
Yeah.
I don't know mine, but the majority was like, no. No one knew their fucking blood type. I don't know mine either.
Positive.
I feel like that's such a big thing that everyone should know. Like,
sure.
It's weird how hard it is to get your blood type. Like, you have to like get a whole. Like, if you go to the doctor, you have to request it.
Yeah.
And then you have to go get.
But you can give blood. When you give blood, they tell you.
Yeah, I've never given blood though. But like, even that, like, you have to go and give blood for them to tell you.
Yeah, but they never came to your school like a blood drive?
I was never old enough.
Oh no.
Yeah,
oh wow.
Because I turned 17.
Oh, you had to be 17? Is that?
You had to be 18.
But how the hell did I donate blood? I donated blood in high school.
I don't know.
I was 17. Yeah, mine was ghetto. No, I'm kidding.
No, maybe like if you were 17, you could get something signed, and I just didn't care to get it. Did you ever get something signed?
Maybe.
I know that I was not old enough. Like, they would not let me do it, and I always wanted to, but they wouldn't let me do it. Yeah, and I actually this summer I like looked into drives and stuff, but this sounds bad. I was too busy. I didn't have time to do that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and I just thought that was interesting. Nobody knows their freaking blood type. So like, you can request the blood test from your doctor, and then you have to go and get your blood drawn. You can get it from blood drive, donating blood, and then you can get it. You'll get it when you're like pregnant, because they have to take your blood and stuff for like that stuff. But anyway, moving on to the questions, because that's what we were talking about initially. We have.
Are you an organ donor?
No.
So
I want to be an organ donor, but I also want my parents or like whoever, knock on wood, I want them to decide.
Knock on wood. You're heavy wood, girl.
I know.
Is that what you're doing? What's that?
If I don't have wood, I just knock on my head.
Yeah, it's natural wood right there, baby. Right there. All right.
But yeah, I actually had to renew my license like a few days ago, and I'm like, should I just check donor?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I
checked it off when I was like 20, and it's been there ever since.
Yeah.
But I might remove it. Because you hear like horror stories where they're like, if you're kind of on the brink or some shit, you know? And then there's also, I got to look into it more. Because there might be a religious thing where you're not supposed to be an organ donor.
Gotcha.
You know, which is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Because like if you're going to die and you could save fucking 7 lives.
Yeah. I think, for me, I'm like, I have enough people who are in the medical field in my family, so I hope that they would make that decision. But I also know that that's such a vulnerable and sensitive time for people, so I don't want
Dama come through. Yeah. Send her here.
Yeah. Pull it. Right? No, I'm just joking. Knock on wood. I actually don't want to joke about that. I'm reading a book about that, but knock on wood. Okay. Podcast questions from Danny, who is Nicolette's sister, who is Samir's sister, and Lo. Okay, so the first one is, has anyone in the friend group brought a boyfriend/girlfriend around that the group didn't like?
I want to say no because,
there's not anybody that was brought in that we didn't like.
Exactly. Yeah. It's still like, and there's still like a lot of you are single.
Yeah, we were single,
Like, which also I think about, like, I hope, like, the guy you find.
I know.
We like.
It's so, that is the biggest, like, pressure for me, I feel like, in the quest to find somebody is, like.
But if you do like them, we'll like.
That's what Beata says. She's like, she's like, if you're going to bring somebody on, we're going to like them because they're going to either be our personality or whatever. You're going to be like you or whatever.
Because why would you like them if they didn't?
Exactly. But you never know. You just never know. It's just scary. Yeah. But we're actually we are a pretty welcoming group. I feel like I don't know, maybe not. We're inside of it, so who knows? But this is
we're not gonna talk shit about ourselves.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Fuck with anyone. No, but if you're cool, we're cool with you. So is the friend group a specific set of people, or does it change periodically? So I would say we are a set group, and we don't really change. We haven't changed in fucking 4 years. 5 years.
That's a good point.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've been pretty solid.
Consistent? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, you have a different opinion?
No. I'm trying to think. Like, okay, so reread the question.
It says, is the friend group a specific set of people, or does it change periodically?
The friend group is a specific. It is a specific
it's
set of people.
It's a set group of people.
It doesn't change. Yeah, there's no one that's like new. That's coming. It is set.
And like, it's not like we hang out in the summer, but not as much in the winter. It's not like we're summer friends versus spring friend or winter friends. You know what I'm saying? Like people have those people that hang out more within the summer than they do in the winter, and vice versa. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but I have that experience. Mm-hmm. Like I have you guys, and then I have my. I don't want to call them summer friends, but I see them more in the summer because more things happen in the summer, like more events. So like that's how I see that. Yeah. So I would say we're a set group. Sorry, we're not answering these so well.
Yeah, no.
We're like,
hey, it's the first time doing the segment.
Yeah. There's like a most likely, so like a mock election for our friend group. Do you want to do that right now together?
I'm down to do that.
Let's do it together, and then if they want to contest us, they can. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So let's see. People are going to be like, Fia, you get too offended. You shouldn't do this because, you know what? It's because every time we do this shit, I just turn out to be the bitch. Literally every time. And I'm like, okay.
Well, don't be.
I'm not the bitch. I'm not a bitch. That's offensive. I'm sorry that I'm offended that you think I'm a bitch. Like, not a bitch, but like, they're like, it's not a big deal. And I'm like, no, I understand. It's not a big deal. You're right. So it's okay. You don't have to be mad that I'm offended. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not like yelling at you so that you say sorry to me. That's not what it is. Yeah. I just want you to know that does offend me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know if that like.
But what are we talking about? Like what offending? What?
So I said it last episode. Liz, we were playing a game. Sorry, Liz. I know you fucking hate talking about this. I know. I'm over. I swear to God, I am. We were playing a game, and she said, and the question was, who's the meanest sibling? And Liz said, Fia. And everyone's like, aha, like it was an obvious answer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I speak up a little bit more, but I'm not mean.
Yeah.
And the reason that like that offends me a little bit is because in my life, my 2 goals in life are to be a good friend and a good sibling. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I like want to be known for. Not known for, but like it's just.
You want to pride yourself on that.
Yeah,
you want it to be like, yeah.
Not that I was like, I was offended. I was. I'll say it, fucking loud and proud. Like I was offended. But like,
I'll say it's equal between you 3.
But yeah, but the thing is, it wasn't like who's the meanest between Robert, Beta, and Liz, or Robert, Beta, and Fia. Robert, Beta, and Fia. Me, I forgot about myself. Who's the meanest? It wasn't who's the meanest between Robert, Beta, and Fia. The question was generically how we're all fucking. No one here is an only fucking child. Who is the meanest sibling? It was me. I was there. Beta was there.
Yeah, but she's taking it as you 3.
Yeah, but I was there. Beta was there. Kara was there. Amanda was there. Nicolette was there. Josie was there. The people who are all siblings were there.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
you're like, you don't back down.
I don't back down,
which is a great thing. Like you don't like.
But not backing down and being. I feel like mean was a bad word to use because being mean. To me, like when people are mean, they make me cry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like being mean, like it's hurtful to me.
Yeah.
So maybe mean was like a bad word. If it's who's the biggest brat, sure. Okay. I'm the biggest brat out of the siblings. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I am.
Was this at book club that you guys were doing?
No,
this?
We were fucking waiting for the table at Sagebrush one day.
That day. Am I mean?
No, I don't think anyone's mean. That's why I'm saying it was a bad word to use.
Yeah, gotcha.
Mean is such. I don't know. I feel like mean holds as much weight as like hate. Mean is like, if somebody was like, that was really mean of you, I would feel so fucking bad.
Gotcha. I get what you're saying.
Like I would feel
so. Put a lot of weight on.
I put a lot of weight, and so like that's the difference. Like it's also how we talked about perspective. Maybe Liz doesn't put a lot of weight on the word mean versus me. So like if somebody says like that was mean, and I'm like, I don't think that was mean though, because being mean is like, like you
blatantly
thought,
like.
I don't know.
Meant it. You're trying to hurt them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mean is when you're trying to hurt someone's feelings or you're trying to hurt them.
And I maybe intentionally do that out of ignorance and out of me being naive sometimes.
No, I wouldn't. No, you would never do that. I've never seen it. Not saying we haven't, but I think it's really rare for most people in general to like purposely like
or just be
hurt
mean.
Someone.
I don't know. Like when you think about being mean. Like a mean person or being mean, like I don't want that to be what symbolizes me.
It's not, though.
And I know it's not.
It's just the fact that
I know, but like out of a group of people,
you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like,
you're like, why me? Yeah.
And I think I always just feel like ever since I was little, and I think it's because I'm the youngest. Like I'm just always having to defend myself, and this is not to anybody else. Like this isn't because Robert did anything bad, not anything like that. Yeah. But just because you're younger and you're like, and you just want to naturally. Just because you want to like bulk up your chest and be like, yeah, I can do that too, or I can prove myself and do that. But you know what I'm saying? So like maybe it's just like me always just, and I try not to be defensive. It's really something that I try to work on and just like let things fall off my back. But this is just a funny because it's an ongoing thing with me and Liz, and I always bring it back up. And it's a little bit to like dig at her a little. So whatever.
Good. Love it.
Most likely 2 questions. Who is most likely to go to a party in their night pajamas? Dom.
100%.
Dominic Yunchai. He will wear a onesie wherever he goes.
Oh, for sure.
Who is most likely to spend hours on a celebrity conspiracy theory?
100% me.
Samir, for
Rob
sure.
second, but a far second.
But if it's a celebrity conspiracy...
no, it wouldn't be Rob.
A celebrity could be me too. Like a celebrity conspiracy theory, I could be as well.
All I heard was conspiracy. I didn't even catch the celebrity part. Yeah, so...
Who is most likely to join a street gang?
A street gang? Dennis.
Oh, yeah.
Martin.
If
we,
Martin and Dennis? They start
one?
Together. They start the street gang? Most likely to be in the middle of drama. Nobody.
You.
I was going to say me too because look at what I'm fucking stirring up right here.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I'm also just like I can just sit back and not.
For sure.
You know?
But you know what's funny about you, though? Like how you just said you can sit back. Even when you sit back, I know you got thoughts on it.
I always have thoughts.
You get what I'm saying? Like I know there's something you want to say.
Yeah.
And I'd rather you come out and say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then, like, the thing about me, though, is because I'm going to pick and choose when I want to do it because I might really feel passionate about it. And I just have to, like, pick and choose my battles because when I do come out and say it sometimes, if I get the backlash, it's exhausting. Like, I can't handle it. I know what I can handle, and I just don't want to fuck with it, really.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
So,
I feel you.
So if it's something that I'm passionate about, I'm always going to speak up. And there's, like, when we're having a discussion and there's two sides of it, most likely I'm going to, interject.
Yeah,
you know, I'm not saying I'm chill, like, but, like, gossip to me, like, knowing things about people, like, I'm not that into it. Like, if it comes to me, I'm like, cool, like, I like to hear it, but I'm not like, so what happened, this and this and this and this. A lot of times people have to tell me stuff without me asking, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You know, I won class clown.
Yeah. I won most likely to go to Hollywood in 9th grade and then most likely to win American Idol my senior year.
No shit, yeah. Yeah, and I got the Oscar, too. Same shit as Hollywood.
Wow. Look at us now.
Yeah.
We're on our way.
There.
No, we're on our way.
Don't have an Oscar.
Who's most likely to get in a fight on the internet? Who is most likely to get arrested for a dare in public? I'm going to go Beta.
Yeah, I can see that, hearing all the stories.
Yeah, it's Beta. Who is most likely to laugh during a serious moment? I feel like it's me because I cannot help it. I think it's just a reaction. Like my mom fell through a table at our house one time. Sorry, Mom.
Oh, no.
Our table is broken. Literally, that was when it was like the hype of that, too. Yeah.
Before or after?
Before. It was.
She broke it was out and then she broke the table.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were in the basement, all of us girls. My mom broke the table and instantly I'm like, oh, fuck, I have to go upstairs because I'm going to laugh. So I'm like, I'll grab all the stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And as I'm walking upstairs, Nicolette's like, oh, no, our table is broken, like really quietly. So that fucking makes me laugh. I go upstairs, while I'm grabbing everything, the first aid, everything, I'm literally like tears running down my face. Because when something like that happens where she was hurt, she really, like, she wasn't like okay, you know?
Yeah.
Something comes over me. I can't.
I'm glad she's okay now.
Yeah, she's good. Who is most likely to forget to text you back? Lochko.
You really?
Leon?
Nah.
Maybe just in group chats?
He's good with me. Oh, that's how he is in group chats,
for
sure.
Yeah.
But it's not even that he forgets. He just
doesn't.
Yeah. And then he'll just pop in, you know, with some like fire comment.
Who is most likely to text back immediately?
Me.
Samir, for sure. Who is most likely to forget your birthday? Dre.
Yeah.
Who is most likely to be asked for an ID at 35? Hopefully me.
Me, probably.
Okay.
I fucking get ID'd all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, I get ID'd
all the time. You have a little kid face.
I would say, me or you probably.
Yeah.
Or even Nicolette.
Who is most likely to spend all their money on clothes? Liz. Sorry. Who is most likely to be a cool parent?
I'm going to have to go with me. No, I'm kidding.
I feel like everyone.
I feel like everybody, but let me go aside from me. Nicolette. No, I'm kidding. Aside from me and Nicolette. It's crazy to think Rob and Liz, you know? You know? I'm not saying them. I'm just saying it's crazy to think, like, you know, they're on their way too. They're getting married and shit. So, you would be super cool. You'd be like your mom, I feel like, huh? And Leon would be cool.
Yeah.
Leon would be cool. Dom would be cool. Beta would be cool. I feel like
everyone would be cool. Yeah. Okay, last one.
Don't want to leave anybody out.
Who is most likely to have the best dance moves at a party? Mandy Jadashai.
Yeah. I agree.
Mandy or Robert?
She killed it.
Because Robert, I know we only watch him dance Albanian, but I feel like he has rhythm.
Oh, he definitely does.
Yeah.
The way he dances Albanian, you can tell. Yeah.
Andre's the one.
Least.
Just joking.
Oh, man. He can't clap on fucking beat.
I feel
How can
bad.
you not clap on beat, Dre? Oh, my God.
We're going to have to talk about this. So that was fun. Sorry. I just want to say sorry that I went on a little rampage about me being a mean sibling. Clearly.
No, that's good.
But
we know you're not mean, so who gives a shit?
Yeah, just don't call me mean, or maybe I'll actually be mean.
Liz is so mean for saying that.
Right? It just is not nice to be called mean. Okay. Anyway, that's it for this week. Unless you have anything else?
Nah. What do we got? Anything coming up?
No. Well, this weekend us girls are going to Blake's. We already talked
right.
about that. You guys are going to have your movie night finally.
Saturday, yeah.
That was interrupted by an engagement 2 weeks ago. How dare they?
Rudely interrupted.
Yep. And then we'll be back with you guys next week.
Yep. Love you guys.
Love you. Thanks for watching.